I never believed in ghost stories. To me, they were bedtime tales told to keep kids from sneaking out at night. I was 23, rational, and proud of it. But that was before I moved into my grandmother's old house, a creaking, shadow-soaked relic sitting alone at the edge of Maple Hill. Grandma used to say strange things before she passed. She'd point at the hallway mirror and whisper, "Never look into it after 3. Promise me." I'd laugh it off, nodding just to humor her. But that first night in her house, I began to understand why her voice used to tremble when she said those words. The mirror itself wasn't anything special. Tall, silver-framed, slightly cracked at one corner. It hung in the upstairs hallway, facing the staircase. Whenever I walked past, it caught my reflection in unsettling ways. Sometimes, I'd swear my reflection lingered just a second too long. It started small. The second night, as I brushed my teeth, I noticed movement behind me in the mirror. Just a flicker, like someone passing through the hall. When I turned, there was no one there. I told myself it was exhaustion. I'd been unpacking all day, surrounded by boxes and dust. But that whispering started the next night. I was half asleep when I heard it, a faint hum, almost like breathing, coming from somewhere beyond the wall. I sat up, holding my breath. The house was still. Then the whisper came again, a soft, rhythmic chant. "Look, look, look." The sound seemed to drift from the hallway. I told myself it was the wind, but the air was dead still. Against my better judgment, I got up, opened my bedroom door, and peeked out. The mirror was there, dimly reflecting the moonlight pouring through a small window. Something about it pulled at me, like invisible strings drawing me closer. My feet moved before I could think. I stopped a few feet away, staring at my own sleepy reflection. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then the whisper came again, this time from the mirror itself. "Why won't you look?" I froze. The voice was faint but unmistakable, a woman's voice, soft and echoing, coming from deep inside the glass. My reflection didn't move. I turned around, half expecting someone to be standing behind me. Nothing, just the silent house. That night, I locked my door and left every light on. The next morning, I tried to rationalize it. Sleep paralysis, stress, imagination, it had to be one of those. But as I brushed my teeth again, I noticed something different in the mirror. My reflection smiled, even though I didn't. I dropped the toothbrush. The reflection's grin widened, stretching unnaturally across its face. Its eyes were sunken, dark, as though something hollow looked out from behind them. I stumbled backward, tripping over the bathroom mat. When I looked again, the reflection was normal. I should have left that day. I thought about calling my mother, maybe even selling the house. But then curiosity took over. The same foolish curiosity that ruins people in every horror story. That evening, I went through Grandma's things. In one of her old journals, I found pages written in shaky handwriting. If you hear them whisper, do not answer. If you see yourself smile, do not stay. And finally, the line that made my blood turn cold. If you must look, never look at 3 a.m. That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, every creak of the house echoing through my chest. My phone buzzed, 3 a.m. exactly. The air turned cold. The same whisper returned, clear this time. "Look at me." I told myself not to move, not to breathe. But the voice grew louder, pressing against my skull like static. "Look." I waited so long. Without realizing it, I sat up. My body moved on its own. I stepped into the hallway, the floorboards groaning beneath me. The mirror shimmered faintly, like ripples on dark water. My reflection was already waiting, but it wasn't copying me anymore. It was standing perfectly still, staring directly at me. Then it raised a hand, slowly, deliberately, and pointed right at me. The air around me grew heavy. The whispering turned into a chorus of faint voices, hundreds of them, chanting something I couldn't understand. My reflection tilted its head, the same smile from earlier stretching impossibly wide. And then it stepped forward. The surface of the mirror rippled as my reflection reached out a hand. I stumbled backward, but my body felt frozen. Its fingers pressed through the glass like water, cold and sharp against my skin. I gasped, but no sound came out. Suddenly, A loud knock echoed through the house. It broke whatever trance held me. I yanked my arm away and fell to the floor. The mirror went still, just glass again. My reflection was gone. I ran downstairs, heart pounding. The knocking came again, from the front door. When I opened it, there was no one there. Just a small, hand-sized smudge on the glass pane, a print that matched mine exactly, only reversed. For the next few days, I refused to look into any mirror. I covered the hallway one with a sheet. Still, I could feel it, that cold presence, watching me from behind the glass. Sometimes, I'd catch faint whispers when I walked past the bathroom. Other times, I'd see movement in the TV screen when it was off. One night, I woke up and realized I wasn't alone. A faint reflection shimmered in the darkened window beside my bed. Someone standing behind me. My breath hitched. I didn't turn around. Instead, I pulled the covers over my head and prayed for dawn. The next morning, the mirror I'd covered upstairs was uncovered again. The sheet lay crumpled on the floor. Written on the mirror, in smeared condensation, were 3 words. "Thank you, Emily." My grandmother's name. That was the last night I stayed there. I packed my things and left without looking back. But sometimes when I wake in the middle of the night, I still feel it, that pull toward any reflective surface nearby. The bathroom mirror, the dark TV screen, even a window pane. It's like something on the other side remembers me. They say curiosity is harmless until it isn't. I used to laugh when people said mirrors could be portals, reflections of something beyond our world. But I don't laugh anymore, because every now and then, when I pass a mirror late at night, I catch a glimpse of her, my grandmother, smiling faintly behind me. And every time the clock strikes 3, I hear her whisper, "Don't look.